another COVID rescheduled game. Seattle 20-10 loss. Russell Wilson, I mean, he's just struggled all season long. I don't know what's going on with him. He was 17 of 31 for only 156 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. What do you think's going on with him this season, Rich? I mean, other than, being out.
Well, it's a stagnant offense. They've got a quarterback that's underperformed since he's come back from the injury. They've got an offensive coordinator that may be one and done in Seattle. And I just think that you've got a player like DK Metcalf. Matt, check out these numbers. When you think about DK Metcalf, and he's an explosive receiver. He's got great straight line speed, big physical guy that goes up and high points the football. He's got no touchdowns in his last 6 games, and he's gone 7 games with less than 60 yards receiving. 7 straight games with less than 60 receiving. So he's been a non-factor. They don't run the ball very well. The offensive line's been up and down. And, you look at the quarterback, and Russell Wilson was one of the most consistent players at that position over the last decade. And I just think that they're really struggling, and they're not the same football team. I mean, even though the game was competitive, it's a divisional game, they were the healthier team. They didn't put up much of a fight. And I think even their defense, just remember that, this doomsday defense, or Legion of Boom, I should say. Those days are long gone. They're just not very physical. They don't tackle. They get a lot of explosive plays. You just see that time and time again when you watch this Seattle secondary. And how about Cooper Kupp? I mean, 138 yards last night, 2 touchdowns. People are talking about all these MVPs. I mean, honestly, when you think about a guy that's the most valuable player for his team, it's Cooper Kupp. 122 receptions this year, Matt, over 600 yards receiving and 14 touchdowns. All of them, all those numbers lead the NFL in terms of receptions, yards, and touchdowns. He's had that type of production for the Rams, and he's got a quarterback in Matthew Stafford that trusts him. And that's really important. You talk about the relationship between quarterback and receiver, a trust factor. Certainly Cooper Kupp has it with Matthew Stafford.
At the end of the game, there was a crazy non-pass interference call on DJ Dallas. I mean, did you see that? What was your take there? And how do you miss something like that?
Yeah, clearly it was a missed call. I mean, Dean Blandino, who's covering the game for Fox, the expert rules analyst, he came on and said as much. I don't know how you don't make that call. You've got a receiver, a back running for the ball. He looks back. He slows up to catch it. And a defender that clearly interferes with the receiver's ability to catch the football. And I just, at a critical point like that in the game, that was a kind of a,
almost a nail in the coffin on the season.
It was it. I mean, they needed it. It was a 4th down call. And on top of that, he gets a penalty afterwards for kicking the football. So that was it for the Seattle Seahawks. That was their last chance. Russell Wilson did not. That was another underthrown ball. He also had another one to DK Metcalf down the left sideline where he was wide open. Russell Wilson isn't throwing the deep ball very well, Matt, which leads you to think that middle finger that he had surgery on 5 or 6 weeks ago, still bothering him. But and again, if you look at that officiating crew, they had a rough night and on the back end. I thought the back judge, the side judges, some of them, they missed a number of critical calls in that game. I'm sure Pete Carroll and that Seattle coaching staff have a number of cut-ups, a number of plays that are being sent into the league office this morning.